Good morning. I hope everyone had a good Mother's Day. I'm just waiting to see who might be coming on. So, one thing I did spend a lot hearing and even experiencing was about respect. So I thought that that would be a good word to contemplate and to talk about here on the site today, and how you all interact and feel about respect, because I would say it's one of the most challenging difficulties for a mother of children to teach them their respect. And I'm sure everyone would have different ways they go about that. Um, Not one that I can even pinpoint, but I want you all to think about it, because um, I will come back to it again to get your input, because there's various levels of it. There's having respect for God and uh, you and your heart and your path, and that entire connection, and how you begin to stand as a experience of God and live in the world. And then there's another level of respect for our people that are like us in the world, whom we meet, our friends, and people even who aren't our friends. How we tend to first anymore have a reaction of fear than respect. And I want to make clear, if everyone doesn't understand, good morning, Lauren. Um, Respect comes from various places, and you don't want it to come from fear. For I think the world we're living in now has a lot of fear, whether it's from other people, other countries, or life, where we're going and what's happening. Understand, when that all gets congested in a number of souls, it radiates. It radiates from each individual that has it, and the bigger it gets is the more that are radiating from that. So we need to have a new respect for life, our freedom, and whoever you are, our ability to live and do that which we desire, and become a respectful being, number one. And I didn't hear that over always during the weekend. People were afraid. People had children that didn't want to go and buy them a present, and the other son did. And it's interesting. Children don't come up with that on their own. It could be at school, but it's also living in a home where you are respectful to yourself and to your family is what creates a cornerstone to what comes down the road. Myself, I was one who always had a family dinner. On Sundays, we went and visited all of our relatives. They were all couldn't get out and about, so my mom and dad took us all. We'd go in and have to, yes, be in that bored state for a while. But what it was the learning. The learning was, you're just not yet old enough to make your own decision, but you have to respect that every moment that you have is being a learning of how to be with people. Today, people lose contact with the whole family. And it's only because that basis isn't set forth in the beginning years, where Easter, Christmas, always a big, long family dinner. I know there's those of you who live that. So my question is, are you still having it? Doing whatever you can to have people get there. And it's not just the intimate family. We had, like my father had 12, he was of 12, so he had 11 brothers and sisters. And during my life, we went to California to meet the two men twins. We went to Florida. We were in Indiana. We went everywhere to learn about ourselves because all those beings are a part of you, your family experience. So that's what I thought we could just talk about today. Does anyone have an experience or a thought about respect? And I'm going to say hello to everybody here. Good morning, Lauren, and to Marby, and to Carol, and to Barbara Ward. And I did have a great weekend, but niggling. Oh, happy birthday, Lauren. That's a great day. What is it? May 13th. Very good. So I want you to tell me where you're at with the word respect in all levels of life. And one of the main issues now is self-respect. You know, when you go to do your own healing, there's self-respect, self-love, a lot about the self that has to come first before you'll know how to treat someone else in your world. And to honor where people are, you know, just not march right over them and give them no credence. When you work with the masters, it's a respectful thing. If the masters give you something to work on and you ignore it, you won't get anything else from a master until you've done that. Trust me. So Lauren says she went to Grandma's for dinner, and kids and everybody would come, and it was a great memory. It was delightful, is her word. And I'm going to say too, I'm not near any of those people until I miss it. And I'm wanting to let you know that for you that still have it, God bless you. Because it is a blessing if you have children to let them experience what it is to be respectful to elders, respectful to those who are in positions that their wisdom has brought them to help us. And yeah, most importantly to yourself. What does disrespect to yourself mean? Not caring. Just not caring what's going on, who you are, where you're at. Perhaps your career's gone bland and it's you that's missing from it. You know, a lot of people, well, where to go? Well, you stopped caring about you. And this is your self-respect. And Laura and I agree. A lot of them have all passed. Like when we were little, like I said, they were older. Now I'm older. So they're blessed and up in heaven. But it doesn't mean to not have in some way the influence of understanding what respect is. Respect to teachers, I hear about it a lot, doesn't exist. Why would that be in our world? When I went to school, I knew I went to school to learn and I better come home. And, you know, it was just this is what's expected. It wasn't that my parents were mean or anything like that. It's that there was an essence of this is what you do. Same way as if we get home at 6 o'clock, dinner's on the table. Everybody's expected to be there. In my world, it changed a little bit because at 14, both my parents got very ill. So I was the big person. So my brothers had to learn to respect what I did and what I cooked and all those kind of things. But that is what life is. Everything's constantly changing. Yes, we all have fond memories. What happened to it? Is it that the world changed so much that gave us so much ability to go and travel and move and be places we never thought we could be? I left at 17. And as much as I can remember and to have a a missing of all that, I was done. And if that's something that at a certain point activates within us and has within it part of a disrespect, I do not know. Well, God bless you, Lauren. I'm so glad to hear it. But there's many people that aren't even near where dear ones were buried. Like I'm not. So, yes, my daughter called me at 7:45. I missed it, but we talked later in the day. But it just seems like, wow, I would never have missed an opportunity to be with my mother. I always wanted her to just come and live with me, and it's a little bit mind-boggling now when I can still tap into that love I held for her. And what she chose to do is stay home and take care of my brother's 7 little girls. So my mother died very early. It was a lot to ask of her, in my perception. Just in my perception, no judgment. But I wish she was still here so many times, as I'm sure all of you have that for someone. But so glad for all of you coming. I was beginning to think, oh, no one's coming. But this channel is about not only me, but it's about you and how you feel. And I understand maybe some of you went away for the weekend. But I think we need to, for the week, not that I'm going to talk about it for the week, but within yourself, think about how you're choosing to be respectful of you. Are you protecting your field as soon as you wake up in the morning, as soon as you go to bed at night, maybe a few times during the day? That's when you know you're in love with yourself because you care. Are you eating well, supporting the physical form that's supporting the light that you are? Are you doing your prayers, doing your journaling, whatever it is your little thing has come? Make sure you make time for those things. Do you have a gratitude list you write every day? There's so many times. Oh, Lauren went out to the country by herself. Very nice. There's not all of us that have that opportunity, but let me turn this off. But it's not always that we have our availability. Like I went home maybe a month ago now, and that was my highest happiness I'd had for a while. But that sounds ridiculous, but yet there's somewhere that's ingrained in all of us that it's about family. So let me see. You have no kids, but yes, all 3 of my sister's kids. Oh, you're saying I have no kids. All my 3 sisters' kids came to visit with gifts and flowers for Mother's Day. When they arrived, I was speaking to a friend and they all said hello to her. That's a blessing. That is a blessing. Most kids want to be off and being on their phones. And I mean, I talk to a lot of people, so I know what the world out there is like. Lauren got a gift from her son. And I might say that was a gift also, redoing a family room. So then maybe my conversation is to those who, Marby went to visit her mom. And I had a lot of people that weren't my children call and talk to me because they knew we're down here by ourselves. And I just want you to make sure that you're taking time to love yourself, to respect yourself. Because the more you can allow that to become your daily existence, the more your patterns are going to come more effortless. And the quicker you're going to see the resolution to release that which has gotten you hung up. Because it happens to everybody. Let me see what else I might be missing here. So, yes, and God bless my dad. He was very committed He had a lot of brothers and sisters, but he was committed to having a relationship with all of them. And I'm not so sure in our world today, I could be wrong. I'll admit I could be wrong. But we need to not forget we chose the family we came into. There is no doubt about that anymore. There's karma with all of them or with part of them that is up for you to heal in this life. So the sooner the better, the clearer you get. And so ask me questions here and you want to have a conversation start about questions. At my age, I have a lot of friends that didn't hear from their children. They're too busy. They have to go and do other things, see other people. But am I saying that's disrespectful? I'm saying no. But the respect is to honor people where they are. We can do a card for today. I want to do more than a card. Let's give it an intention. How about we give it the intention to help us understand respect about ourselves better? And I'll use the Archangel Michael cards, which is the same as Metatron. He's called many names. Okay. I can't tell you how many times this card is pulled for people. Events are moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. See the reflection there a little bit. The Eight of Fire. So also what this tells me is there's a lot of passion that's going on inside of everybody that is not always correctly directed. It could be going this way or that way. But here's the most just. And you want to find that most likely in your second chakra. So what is your passion going towards? You can almost see here, for me, I'm seeing a butterfly of transformation. So when you're finally in the discovering of your passion and allowing it to be who you are, it's going to be a beautiful, bright illumination. And let's pull 3 for good here. And so Barbara says, part of respect for me is to rest and take care of myself mentally, physically, and spiritually. And this is a beautiful card, this one. And that's a wonderful idea, Barbara. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. I have confidence. I have confidence in yourself. And it's the sun. So I think these cards are saying these are what's going to come with self-respect. Aren't those wings beautiful? Very good. So let's pull one more. Oops. Wow. Everything flew every way. I'll take the one. The 7 of air. This is the demonstration of all the horses. What are they in the back? You can't determine, but they're unicorns. Says plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye. Poor timing. So I think this are those places where you're not giving your attention to. So in your quiet time, you want to sit and ask yourself, what am I ignoring? Because you know what humans know better than ever is to keep pushing it down. No, I don't want to do that. I've had people there with me wanting to learn. Oh, yeah, don't ask me that. I don't want to go there. And what does that say to you? It means every time that you turn away, it becomes bigger because your empowerment is going to that. And I'm going to give us a card for the week. I don't like this card. This is upcoming because for me it was upside down. And it's awakening. And it's Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. So that is kind of everything we've been talking about. So no matter where it is you're sitting today, I think spiritual growth is about having the ability to see from different perspectives. And it makes you come to peace about what's sitting in front of you. And I believe that is this message. It doesn't matter where you are or how you wake up that morning. It's how you choose to put that into action for the day. And my word today is respectful, and let's know that you put it into the world in a respectful way. I'm having to go to the license place today to get my picture retaken. We went to the bank, and they said I couldn't be the person that was on my driver's license. So I'm going to go get a new one so I don't have that problem. She says, I see your birth date. That all makes sense. But you don't look that. And I go, okay, well, I'll go get it corrected. Healing happens in many ways. It can be in a changing of an awareness inside your heart. It can change in a movement you start to make differently in your world. Even how you breathe. Have you ever noticed someone that has a real breath problem? Well, I used to have asthma myself. Once I learned how to breathe into the acceptance of myself, my breathing got better. Setting boundaries, Barbara says. When to gently say no. I used to be a people pleaser. Once I started to love myself, it got easier. Yes, because once you know there is love, you don't have to create it happening from other people. And therefore, you don't have to betray yourself. And for any of you who have pain in your back, in the upper back, that's a betrayal issue. And you have to stop and look at how and when are you betraying yourself. So Lauren says she's struggling with asthma right now. Well, emotionally, you need to really come into loving yourself, which sounds like you were doing some of those things. I think going away to cottage was good for you. And I believe mine began to heal when I went to homeopathic. So, see, all of you are different what you allow into your world. But homeopathic is what healed my lungs. And working with someone who knew how to use the one that was you, and so they helped me find another level of myself who didn't have lung problems. So that's something you can decide if you want to do, Lauren. So I continue to learn more about respect. This is from Carol, especially for self and what the line in my daily something looks like. So easy to become distracted. I have an experience for that. Just this morning, I wanted vinegar in my water with a little bit. It took me an hour to get it because we kept talking about something else and something else had to be done. It wasn't anyone else, it was myself. So I don't say things to you that I don't expect of myself also. So finally I got my vinegar, distilled vinegar, and water. helps balance your pH. Always a good thing. And it helps keep the whole inner part of your body balanced. But I'm not a doctor. That's what it does for me. So, Lauren, I want you to think about what's frightening you or what upsets you. And when you can take away the upsetness and be able to look at life without that, you'll be able to breathe the breath of God's air. That's for sure. Anyone else have a thought for today? Well, it's Monday. I did want a couple maybe not such good news things, but I don't want to know and then not tell you. You can check this out on the internet. It was my person I work with, naturopath, is what we found is there was no ground meat here to buy in Florida, which is a mind-boggling thought, isn't it? So when I told her that, she says, well, there's a shift in the beef, and they're starting to put a powder in it that's from crickets to make it more protein or to replace it. I don't know. But just read the article, make your own decisions. I just want to let you know that it's out there, and it tells you the brands that are like certain peanut butter, certain pastas being added to the fruit, FDA approved. So she told me to tell me never eat any of that. So I'm passing it along. I don't know. I wasn't the bringer or the creator. But I think you all deserve to know too. So this is what I'm saying. The world, respect for all of us and are wanting to heal our bodies. So there is food out there that doesn't have that. Don't go into fear. It's allow it to educate you. Go in and read about it and make a decision of your perception of it. You see? I'm very sensitive. If I wasn't watchful, I would be back having asthma and doing all these other things. That could be another piece, Lauren, is what you're eating, what you're agitating your system with. There's so much to healing that if you haven't been really intensely on that path with a good person, you won't know. But you're welcome, Lauren. So, any other question from anybody? Yep, we started with respect. And this is about respect on what you put into your body and how you eat, what you choose to have. I sit there and watch my husband eat a piece of cherry pie with whipped cream, and I have no desire because I know what it would do to me. But we're all different. So, in wanting to maintain my own clarity, I will not eat that. But he loves it. And he's losing weight, so he's happy. So, it all works. So, today I want you to contemplate respecting you. How could it look a little bit different if you give more respect to yourself and choose to uplift your heart and be happy? And whatever the worry is, remember, thoughts are things. If you give worry, it'll bring worry. You want to know every step is going to be in the light and happiness. You don't know how? Call in the masters. Even if you don't have a specific one, call in your archangels and feel held by that light, and things will change. Okay? Many blessings to all of you today. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to hit the like button. How's that? Thank you.